your boy Russell Wilson, that is, fellas. Man, Kaylin Kaler of The Athletic had this to say. She was on Colin Cowherd's show, and she was talking about this has created quite a stir in terms of what has been implied by Russell Wilson in terms of what he wanted done with John Schneider and Pete Carroll. Take a listen.
He asked for Schneider and Pete Carroll to be fired before that trade happened. That's the beginning of this story, and we really just kind of traced everything that's happened to Russell in the 12 months since then, because that happened last February. He asked Seahawks ownership to fire both of those guys, and, you know, you're all very familiar, and this audience, I'm sure, is familiar with, you know, some of the falling out that Russell had with Seattle. You know, and his agent obviously put out the list of trade destinations the year before that. Nothing happened that off season, but then last off season it was kind of clear that it was going to come to an end there. So that's what happened at the end of his Seattle tenure.
So, guys, he put out a tweet yesterday that responded to this accusation because his lawyers, I guess, contacted The Athletic and said this is, you know, inappropriate or it's egregious or whatever, whoop-de-woo. Here's what Russ had to say on his IG. I love Pete, and he was a father figure to me, and John believed in me and drafted me as well. I never wanted them fired. All any of us wanted was to win. I'll always have respect for them and love for Seattle. Now, if y'all pay attention to me on IG or Twitter or on Facebook, I've been doing shorts. I hope y'all enjoying them. I've been motivated. I ain't going to lie. You know, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. I seen my boy Marcellus, a couple other dudes doing their shorts. I started doing a couple shorts because I feel like I got a few things I want to say, too, in the moment, right? So I did a short on Russ. In that tweet, fellas, all I would say, if I'm Russell Wilson, y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but all I would say if I'm Russ in this situation is, I didn't say that. Super simply put, I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know why this would be reported. I never said that. His tweet only says, the only thing that touches on it is, I never wanted them fired. Now, if I'm in an interrogation room and I'm a detective, fellas, I can't indict you on that. I can't say we're placing you under arrest because you're accountable for the crime that took place. You have deniability in a statement that's as open-ended as I never wanted them fired. If you're saying I never wanted them fired, and y'all tell me, y'all say kick rocks, you're overthinking it, VAR, this is simple. I know for me, I'm a real one. I don't need nobody to tell me how real I am. I'm a real one. If somebody's out there in the media saying I said something and I did something that I did not do, the first thing that's coming out of my mouth is I did not say that. I did not do that. That's my take on it. What y'all think?
Isn't that what he said? Isn't that what he said in the tweet, basically?
Did he say that I did not say that?
Or he said, I never wanted them fired.
Correct.
All any of us wanted to do was win.
Correct.
So he did come out and basically say, I never did say that.
No, he
basically.
didn't. No, he didn't.
I just don't understand. I don't know who to believe here because it comes out like a year later.
Why did it come out now?
That's what I'm saying. Russell's down in Denver.
That's the next part of this.
Come on, man. You know why it came out. You know why.
Why now?
They trying to throw some dirt on my man?
Russell Wilson had a terrible season on the football field. And so now
but today?
You can throw darts. It doesn't matter if it's today, yesterday, tomorrow. Had he played well, none of this would be coming out.
Okay.
None of it. None of this would come out had he played well on the football field.
I agree with that.
And this is the thing. This is the thing. Russell should have come out and said, I didn't say it. But you know why he didn't?
Because he said it.
He did.
He said it.
And this is the thing, though. How many other quarterbacks have done this? We've been hearing this for years. Oh, Aaron Rodgers want Mike McCarthy gone. Oh, Mike McCarthy was gone. They didn't harp on it. It wasn't because he was playing well on the football field. It got overlooked. And so if Russell Wilson had performed on the football field, all of this would have gotten overlooked. He did not play well, and it was also his last couple years in Seattle. He wasn't playing great football. And then you go to Denver, and now you have this. Oh, we really going to put all this dirt out there now. If he comes out and plays well, because reportedly he wanted Sean Payton to be the coach. So
right,
hey,
that's in the report.
So now the coach that you wanted in Seattle,
now your
you
coach.
now have in Denver.
Right.
You have to make it happen on the football field, because all this, you got your office and like, oh, every player, if you ask every player, oh, did it bother you that Russell Wilson had his office? They're all going to say no.
But they all thinking, yeah.
But they're all thinking
or I don't care.
You don't care, or
it's weird.
This dude really got an office? Like, who does he think he is? That's what we think as players.
Yeah.
Who do Buddy think he is? 100%. He got an office. He upstairs and we in the locker room chilling. Your office is the locker room.
Go ask Russ.
That's what.
Hello,
exactly.
Russ had an office in Seattle.
Go ask Russ. No, he has an office in Denver.
Oh my gosh!
And so
I did not know that.
When he had his own office, and Plex, his own office was on the second floor with the coach's office. So that
in his contract, him going to him in his contract, him going to Denver.
I don't think it's in the contract. I think
but
it
he has
an
office, but he's not in the locker room with his teammates.
I'm certain they negotiated.
I mean, he gets dressed in his locker room, obviously, but
does he?
From what it was from the way it made it seem was he was in his office, and the rest of the players were in the locker room, and he had an open door policy. Hey, come to my door.
Get out of here.
Like, he's the head coach, man. And so
that will definitely create a division amongst teammates.
Of course it will.
Of course it will.
And that's also the mindset of somebody who would actually go to ownership and say, these people need to go, and we need to bring in this person. 100%. There's the antics.
I did not know that.
There's also the off-field antics. There's also the extra antics on the field. Like, why are you telling grown-ass men on the defense side of the ball and people on the sideline to holler out, run, pass? If y'all sit your ass down on this bench and figure out what y'all doing on the offense and on the offensive side of the ball, hey, you could be one of the most well-respected dudes that I'd ever seen, ever known, ever. Plex, if that's you, if that's TJ, and y'all know how much I love and respect y'all. If you came up to me during a game and said, make sure you're hollering out, run, pass, I look you dead in your eyes and be like, if you don't get your ass up out of my face right now, right here, right now, if you don't get your ass up out of my face,
hey,
we be friends later.
Hey, if somebody is telling you this and that, they better be on the field balling.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be on the field giving me subpar play and then you up here telling me what to do when I'm on the field.
Come on, man.
You ain't even doing what you're supposed to do when you on. All of this boils down to one thing: play better football. If you play better football, all of this is a non-story. And that's why this is a story. Like,
Russ gave them dudes in Seattle reason not to like him. And it came out this year in Denver. And somebody in Seattle wants people to know what they truly feel about what they think Russell Wilson is.
Hey, but
and that's why I think this came out.
Richard Sherman and Marshawn Lynch, they weren't saying this, but even when he was in Seattle, they trying to make Russell Wilson look good. They want to get him the MVP over Marshawn. Like, a lot of this stuff, if we look at, there were signs of this in Seattle.
Like Sherman making that face. Like, why did we just throw the ball on that play?
It was ignored. Look, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas. Listen, though, it was ignored. It was ignored because Russell was playing good football. There were signs of this in Seattle, and it got ignored because he was playing good football. Richard Sherman was basically telling us. Earl Thomas was basically telling us. Other guys on the defense, they were telling us this.
Well, them dudes got caught up in some off-field type issue. I mean, but let's put it to you like this.
It was
maybe
being
the
ignored.
Credibility might have been in question because Richard Sherman was trying to take down the front door and you know.
Man, that was years later.
It was years later. That was years later. But I'm just saying right now. I mean, I'm saying right now.
But all of that stuff that was going on when they were at their heyday in Seattle, got overlooked. It got overlooked. Now,
I'd agree with you on that.
Hey, but look, they let Russell Wilson go. He plays like trash. They believe in Geno. He plays great.
Well.
Pete Carroll and John Schneider can do no wrong if I'm in Seattle. I mean, that's just how it is. Like, you try to get rid of them. Look how you played. They bring in Geno, and look what we do this year. We go to the playoffs.
Didn't they win the West?
No, the Niners won the West.
The Niners won the West.
Dude, the Seahawks were picked to win 4 or 5 games, and they made the playoffs.
Yes, they did. Oh,
Geno led the league in completion percentage, man. Yeah, Geno Smith.
Geno about to get a payday.
He about to get a nice little extension.
Generational wealth type payday.